Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. We are back with another all-time team Gauntlet video. We're starting off with, again, the White Sox are going to be my team for this entire Gauntlet, and we are going to be facing Major Killer 02, who I've known for a while now. I think we met each other when we played an online franchise back in the end of 2016, so it's been quite a while. We've been in some fantasy leagues together, and a guy that's very, very passionate about baseball. So he messaged me. He wanted to get a game in with these all-time squads. And I believe he's a Yankees fan, but he told me that he wants to play with a Dodgers team. So this will be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that I know that are Yankees fans, so this is kind of nice. We'll get a different look at a different team. So we're going to get into game number 1 of this video. All right, let's take a look at the squad that he has. Ricky Henderson leading off. Bellinger, Carter, Muncy, Grandal, Hanley Ramirez, Duke Snyder, Jackie Robinson, and Walker Buehler on the mound. This is going to be very interesting. We're also playing in Colorado, where there's a lot of bombs that get hit. It is a major league park. That might be interesting, but I've played a ton of games in Colorado. Sometimes it lags a little, but most of the time it's actually okay. This guy's a very good player, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but when I said that we met in a online franchise back in the day, the dude would beat people like 30-0. So let's see what we've got in store for this one. Walker Buehler on the mound. Yoan starts it off with a line out to right field. Grandal goes to left field. Very softly hit. Ricky Henderson's there for the out. Apparently perfect umpires are off. That should have been strike 3. But it ends up only being a line out to right field as well. Some decent swings in that inning, but not the greatest. Hard to third for Yoan. 99 speed going up the line. He still recovers to make the out. Generally, these games are going to be 5 innings long, but this one was requested to be 9 innings, so we are going to play this one out. There may be less action clipped for this game, so in case you missed some scoring, just letting you know ahead of time that is why. Line drive to right field, not going to get caught by Dobie. That ball was on the corner, and Gary Carter went right with it. Hard hit down the line. Konerko makes the snag. We are going to get out of the inning. Just one double, and that was it. Line drive to left for Konerko is going to get down in front of Ricky Henderson. We get the leadoff man on here in the second inning. 2-0 count now to Dunn. Buehler's got pretty good stuff, but the per-9s aren't quite there. So the PCIs are slightly bigger than other guys might be on Hall of Fame. High and deep to right field for Tim Anderson. He's going to go at least off the wall. It actually will be a home run. I'm not sure where the wind is going. And I'm pretty sure I was out in front of that baseball. Nah, could have gone up the middle, but 2-seamer down the middle is the first mistake of the game. We take a 2-0 lead. He's hung the 2-seam a couple times. We jammed the PCI that time, but he didn't get away with the first one. He did get away with this one. Cutter froze me. Thought it might be something dipping below the zone, but that is 2 outs for me with the pitcher on deck. I'm a little worried about this Seaver start right here. I feel like he's going to lock in pretty soon. He does hit another line out right there. Well, that might actually go over his head. It does. Griffey's in center field. I spoke too soon. I'm used to having Trout out there with just a little bit more speed. Griffey does not get to that baseball. The wind is completely negligible. There is no wind in this game. So that was just a rocket, a mistake. Like I said, I'm worried a little bit about Seaver with a pretty good player here. We might be able to get 2. Nope, he's not going to throw back in time. Ooh, what a catch at third base from Yoan. We might take a look at replay for this one because I thought that was going into the netting. But apparently there's no netting there. Nice catch, nice catch. Jackie Robinson's one of those guys who... Oh, Yoan can't knock that down. I was about to say Jackie Robinson's one of those guys who most people don't hit well with, but they always hit well against me. I probably give up multi-home run games to Jackie Robinson more than I should. More than I should. And as soon as you get him on, you got to steal. The White Sox bullpen is decent, but nothing spectacular. Not to the point that you'd want to take out a 99 overall starting pitcher in favor of the bullpen guys, so we're going to keep him in for a bit. Just had a little bit of weird lag. We may get booted from this game. And we do get booted. Okay. Unfortunately, we are unable to finish the game first time around. Let's see what happens. All right, we are back. We got the same pitching matchup. We are going to be playing in Dodger Stadium this time. So it'll start off as a 2-1 game, and then we'll go from there. I think we're just going to start off the first inning as if we never played the third inning in that first game, so we just completed the 2, and then we'll just go from there. He's really in love with that cutter right now. Been throwing it over and over. We may have to start looking for it instead of the four seam. Still been hitting it pretty hard, but just turning it into outs. Yoan deep to left field. This one's hit pretty hard over Ricky's head, over the fence. Opposite field home run for Yoan Moncada right there on the two-seamer. He was absolutely all over that baseball. I do think the ballpark is playing a little bit of a factor in this. A lot of times when you hit a home run, yeah. Okay. When you hit a home run, sometimes it's just a matter of being slightly early on the baseball. And if you hit lineouts, a lot of it's just, hitting the ball straight back to where it came from. That's a good squared up. The bat was probably out in front just a little bit, which is sometimes the difference in a home run versus a lineout. But it is a four-seam fastball. Tries to get it in, does not. And we will get at least a single and an RBI. We're going to go back to first here. I think Ricky's got a decent enough arm to make that throw. On a pretty hard hit ball from Konerko, we do take the lead back. It is 2-1. Or you could say 4-2 if we're going back to the old score as well. Blooper here from Adam Dunn. That was high and away off the plate. Get a little bit lucky. Deposited into center field. We got a couple runners on, and we have... Was looking for that slider all over that baseball. Going to end up lining out to left here, though. And that could be two right there. Dobie has 64 speed. The throw over to first is a little bit of a lazy one, but on a line and still gets the double play. Ricky Henderson gets around on a baseball, high and deep to left field, and it is going to be a home run. Very, very far out of here. It's going to be a tie game, 2-2. I guess you could say it's 4-3. We're going back to the old score. I'm not totally sure about that one. Not really sure what we're going with for the score here. But I'm going to go ahead and say, well, now it's either tied or losing. Bellinger goes deep to left center. So Canely, apparently very easy to pick up here for Major Killer. And we only have one out, and he lost his confidence bar. Jackie Robinson trying to do more damage. That ball stays fair. That ball is foul. Put up 4 runs in the last 2 innings. But I thought that the bullpen for the White Sox would be a strength over the Dodgers at least. So far it has not been. High and deep for Granderson. What? That ball might have also been below the zone. Now the floodgates have opened. Yeah, the ball was right at the bottom of the zone, which is never a good pitch. Too easy to jam the PCI to it. And this is not looking too good, folks. With Kenley coming in, sometimes we hit pretty decent against Kenley. But Major Killer's been using that cutter pretty well this game. And another guy with a cutter, so let's see what happens here. High and deep for Adam Dunn. I do like hitting off of Kenley generally. And finally we hit a cutter. Let's get back in this ball game right here. Takes the ball to right side, and it is going to be caught by Cody Bellinger. Looking for it, got it. It was a bit off the plate. High and deep with Dobie this time. Pulled the low and away changeup. I wanted to go to right center with that baseball. In fact, if it had been a sinker, I would have gone to left center with it. Unfortunately, we pull it way too much. And Louis Aparicio gets that sinker down the middle. And grounds out to short to end the ball game. That's a GG right there. Major Killer, thank you for playing. Good game, my man. And he got losses like he's always done. And that's our first loss here with the White Sox. We are now 2-1. We did take down HT's Marlins and Loki Frogs Cardinals. So here we take an L to a Dodgers team. Maybe we'll get a chance to face another Dodgers team later on. And let's get into the next game. All right, we are back with Game 2. Facing off with the Boston Sharks. Kyle23 Gaming, one of the good friends of the channel. A very good player, Red Sox fan. As you can see, he's got Pedroia, Devers, Bogarts, Ruth, Dawson, Williams batting 6th, Jimmy Fox in the 7th hole, then Adrian Gonzalez. He's got Cy Young on the mound. That Jimmy Fox is the 95 Jimmy Fox because I'm guessing he's playing him at catcher. And as we get into the game, you take a look at his record. Pretty good. And let's do this thing. 5 innings, Hall of Fame right here. The wind is blowing out to center field. I think 2 out of our 4 games so far have been played at Bayfront. Cy Young's not a guy that we face too often anymore. There is the high-level 99 overall Cy Young available now within the last couple of weeks. But I've heard he's very expensive, even though he's an event card. A starting pitcher event card, which usually go for around, I don't know, 180k, maybe even less. This one, a lot of people have not played this event. He's a bit more expensive. I swung and missed at the fastball in the zone with Griffey, so I might be overthinking it here. He has thrown quite a bit of fastballs. If that continues to happen, we will tee off in a couple innings. We are coming in a little bit cold, so let's not think about it too hard. I've been doing this to myself a little bit lately, where I'm overthinking things and not protecting into the pitch I know I can hit. So I need to be looking fastball more often. Some Marges on the bump for me. I know we had him earlier in one of the previous games. He's got the primary two-seam. I feel like that animation was unnecessary, but okay. Yoan makes the play. I feel very nervous about going against his lefties. We do get a nice little cutter there to pop him up to short. Aparicio playing shortstop. And I watched a very interesting video yesterday about Andrelton Simmons and his case for the Hall of Fame by the time he retires. Aparicio was mentioned in there, and apparently the correct pronunciation for the name is actually Aparicio. I guess I'll be saying that a little bit more often. Alright, he's going with the lefty against Adam Dunn. Seems like everybody has Andrew Miller on their team. The Red Sox, the Marlins, the Cardinals. 3 of the teams that we faced so far have had Andrew Miller. Hard hit from Adam Dunn right back up the middle. The auto shift gets him right there. Larry Doby, another lefty home run. Oh my goodness. And his numbers aren't bad. I mean, it's like 80-something. 80-something power, but we're all over that baseball. I don't know what's going on, but I could not hit with this card to start the year when he first came out, and now it's just laser after laser. He unloaded on that ball. The animation that he got was sweet. I will take it. All right, we take the 1-0 lead now. Adrian Gonzalez was the absolute GOAT back in, I want to say like MLB, I don't know, 15. This guy, he hit tank after tank for me. It was back in a time where mostly all you used were live series cards, and Adrian Gonzalez was just the guy who would hit unbelievable amounts of home runs. He had a cold zone up and in, everything else was hot, and he had a cold zone up and in, and people would abuse that spot. But if you sat up there and looked for it, it was very easy to tee off. I loved that card. Unfortunately, I've not been good with Adrian Gonzalez cards the last couple of years, but I would love to use them again. Alright, so not great for Canely here. I'm probably going to give him one more base runner. I would rather use a gold at this point. If Canely's going to give up hits on changeups in the dirt, might as well go with Herrera. How do we feel about a high changeup here? I feel pretty good about it. Is it cheese? Maybe. I've never thrown that pitch intentionally before. This guy is a ground ball up the middle machine for me. I used him in ranked for a very short amount of time off the bench. Literally every time he came up, he would just take the pitch right back up the middle on the ground. Dude had like an 800 batting average. This time we get it in on the hands on a 2-0 pitch. He does end up swinging at the slider, ground out to first. No harm done. Ideally, when a guy has a cutter, I like to have a 4-seam to supplement it. David Robertson does not have that pitch, so anything that comes in pretty hard for him, he knows it's going to be a cutter. And even more so, I'd love to have a sinker. The sinker-cutter combo is one of the toughest ones for me to deal with, but a 4-seam fastball helps as well. Oh, we hung it. We hung that cutter, and it is going to be a home run. Tie ball game. You don't mess with Babe Ruth. Honestly, you should just walk Babe Ruth every time he comes up. That was a dangerous pitch to Andre Dawson as well. This is a terrible matchup. This is probably the worst matchup in the world. He goes deep to right field. Not going to be a home run, but it's probably not going to be an out either. Dobie makes an awkward play on that. And it is going to be a double. Yeah, Dawson's got a little bit of a long swing. He's really good at hitting the off-speed, and that's exactly what he throws. That's exactly what Robertson throws. Cutters, curveballs, and changeups kind of play right into what Andre Dawson likes to hit. I'm going to try a backdoor slider. Probably going to hang. No. Ends up being not a horrible pitch, but it ends up being a horrible result. Like I said, this bullpen, they've got some numbers in there. We got a few diamond cards. Yeah, good squared up on a slider. Well inside. 3-1 game. We're going to have to put up some runs against a good pitcher in the 9th. We'll see if he ends up using the 99 Craig Kimbrell. Not a card you see too often at the high levels, but his per 9s are top notch. He's got 125 Ks per 9, 125 hits per 9, I believe. So the PCIs that he creates for his opponents are very, very small. If he just had one lateral pitch, Kimbrel could be one of the best relievers in all of Diamond Dynasty. Now let's see what we're made of. A 3-1 game is absolutely one that we can come back from. But we got to make some pitches. We got to get a little bit lucky with some lineouts. Now it is Devers coming back up, who did hit the ball pretty hard last time on the ground. Ooh, we get him in the hands. Ground ball to Aparicio. Shortstop with diamond fielding. He is going to make the play. We're going to get into the 5th inning here. Down by 2. And he is going to bring in the Craig Kimbrel. He's got pretty good numbers with this card. High and deep for Tim. First pitch. Probably going to hang up, although the wind is going that way. Yeah. Not enough power on that Tim Anderson card, unfortunately. We did hit a breaking ball for a home run with Dobie earlier. I'm just going to look for a fastball up the middle here. Hard hit to the shortstop. It is going to be an out. All right, we got 1 out to work with here. This is what it's all about. And the man Aparicio himself is up to the plate. I've been getting abused by fastballs in this game. That doesn't happen too often. Hard hit past the diving Devers. Pretty good diving animation there. But 99 speed on first. I'm going to guess there's going to be a defensive indifference here. So I will try to take second base if I can. They are holding me on first. So there will be a force play at second. Unlikely to make a big deal, but you like to have all the advantages you can get. Give me the check. They do give me the check. I did not feel like I went around. And it is a 2-2 count. I've done that a little too much this week. I've taken way more strike threes in the zone than I have in the past. Trying to be a little bit more patient. I don't know what I'm looking for there. At worst, like if it's a changeup or a curveball, it still drops into the zone for a strike. Like, what are you taking? What are you doing, DudeFood? All right. Well, we take the loss to Kyle there. We're getting pretty close to 800 program stars. And good game, Kyle. Great game, man. Thank you so much for playing. The White Sox lose to the Red Sox, so we're going to have to come back. We lost both games so far in this video after going 2-0 in the first one. So we're 2-2 with this all-time White Sox team. Maybe time to make some changes. Mix it up a little bit. We do have Alomar, who we haven't used, just used Tim Anderson. But he's starting to get a little bit cold. So we might make some moves in the roster. So that will be it for this video, guys. We are going to finish with 2 games in this video. We will try to move to about 3 games in future videos as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to make some changes to this White Sox team. I think there's going to be some trades happening. We're going to have to sign some free agents. And we'll see what we can do with this one. The bullpen's really holding me back. I know the offense hasn't quite been there, but we have blown a couple leads. I'm having fun with it, though. I mean, diehard White Sox fan. And I'm really whether I win or lose these games, I'm just so happy to be able to play with this team. And actually put a competitive team on there. Like, I look at every guy in those positions, and it's just a fun team to look at. I mean, hopefully we get even more White Sox guys in the future. We kind of stacked at first base, so I don't even get to use Frank Thomas or Paul Konerko, whichever one I pick in the starting lineup, but it's just a lot of fun. I'm glad it's that time of the year where we have all these cards available. I was lucky enough to get Chris Sale at an opportune time, and I might be putting in some stubs for Minnie Minoso just to mess around in a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like to participate in one of these games, it's not limited to content creators. By the way, both of those guys, their links are going to be in the description. But yeah, it's not limited to any content creators, so if you guys want to play, just let me know in the comments. Make sure to join the Discord. Those links are all in the description as well, so you guys can participate. Just let me know, and we'll get a game in. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very soon.